There is one mistake almost everyone makes in the grocery store in July. They walk up to a bin full of watermelons, knock on 3 like they are asking permission to come inside, and then choose the biggest one. Then Saturday comes. The knife goes through the rind. Everybody leans in. And the inside is pale pink, watery, and sad. Nobody goes back for a second slice. Half of it ends up with the chickens. My name is Lydia Byler. I am Amish, and I was taught that picking a watermelon is not luck. The melon tells you if it is sweet. You just have to know how to read it. The first test is the one that matters most. Turn the watermelon over and look for the field spot. That is where the melon rested on the ground while it grew. If that spot is deep yellow, creamy, almost the color of butter, that melon had time to ripen. That is the one you want. If the spot is white, pale, or barely there, put it back. It was picked too early. It may look big outside, but inside it will taste like sweet water forgot to show up. My grandmother used to say, "Never trust a melon with a white belly." When I was a girl, I thought she was being funny. One summer, I begged her to buy the biggest melon at the farm stand. It was shiny, round, and perfect. She turned it over, saw the pale spot, and said, "That one was taken before it was ready." I pouted because she chose a smaller, uglier melon with a yellow belly and brown, scratchy marks. That afternoon, she cut it open on the porch table, and it was the deepest red I had ever seen. Sweet enough that the juice ran down my wrist. That is when I learned pretty is not the same as ripe. The second test is weight. Pick up 2 watermelons about the same size. The better one should feel heavier than you expect. A ripe watermelon is full of water and sugar. If it feels light, it may be dry, old, or never filled out properly. Compare 2 that look alike. Your hands will usually know. The third test is shape. Look for a melon that is even and balanced. Round should be evenly round. Oval should be evenly oval. Avoid strange lumps, flat sides, or one end much bigger than the other. A lopsided melon often grew unevenly, and the inside can be uneven too. The fourth test is webbing. Look for rough brown lines on the rind, almost like little scars. Some people pass those over because they think the melon looks damaged. At the farm stand, my grandmother often chose the ugly webbed melon over the clean, shiny one. She would say, "The plain one is showing off. The scarred one has a story." The fifth test is sound. This is the one everybody tries, but most people do not know what they are listening for. Tap the watermelon with your knuckles. You want a deep, hollow sound, not a dead thud, not a soft, mushy sound. A ripe melon sounds full, almost like tapping a small drum. If it sounds flat, it may be underripe. If it sounds soft and padded, it may be overripe. Do not make the thump your first test. Make it your last test. The field spot tells more truth than the sound. The sixth test is the stem. If the stem is still there, look at it. A dry brown stem is better than a green fresh stem. Green usually means it was cut before the vine was finished with it. At grocery stores, the stem is often trimmed short, but at a roadside stand, it is worth checking. Brown and dry means patience. Green means hurry, and hurry does not make a sweet watermelon. So here is the whole checklist. Yellow belly, heavy for its size, even shape, some brown webbing, deep hollow sound, dry stem if you can see it. That is all. You do not need to stand in the store tapping every melon like a confused woodpecker. Start with the field spot. Find the deep yellow ones first, then choose the heaviest, most even melon from that group. Use the thump only to decide between the final 2. That is how the old women did it, quietly, quickly, without making a performance. Food is too expensive now to bring home disappointment. When you carry a watermelon home, chill it and cut it open for your family. You want that moment to feel like summer. You want the children crowding around the table. You want the first bite to be cold, red, and sweet. You want silence because everybody is too busy eating. That does not happen by accident. The vine, sun, soil, and farmer all left clues. This week, do not just grab the biggest watermelon, turn it over. Look for the butter yellow belly. Pick up 2 and feel the weight. Look for the one that seems plain, heavy, and honest. Then cut it open cold on Saturday afternoon. And when your family asks how you pick such a good one, smile and
stay cool, eat what is in season, and